Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. The 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio, live from Hollywood, Florida, with your host and hostess, Mark Angelo and Jessica Lynn Cummings. Show for trans folks by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Transition Radio. So glad you're able to join us yet again for another night. And tonight we have an amazing guest. Just wait one little minute. First, we want to thank our sponsor,
thebreastformstore.com. They have everything you could possibly need for your transgender or cross-dressing need. Visit their website and tell them Transition Radio sent you.
sometimes we feel as transgender individuals that our life is plagued, that we haven't given a raw deal. We walk life feeling sorry for ourselves and angry at others. But tonight we have a guest who is not trans, but has shown that when life gives her lemons, she will make lemonade.
Monica J. Foster is a vibrant amputee on wheels who was born with Spina Bifida and faced leg amputation in 2010 after a non-healing wound in her left foot led to life-threatening illness. A survivor of various health and life obstacles, Monica has already lived longer than experts expected, when little was understood about spina bifida in the 1970s, which results in an underdeveloped open spinal cord and paralysis.
She has accomplished many things not expected of her, from simply existing to thriving as an independent woman with a disability, to graduating college, driving a car with hand-on controls and wheelchair lift, getting married, to becoming an accessible homeowner and owning her own successful business.
Monica lives in a small town outside Charlotte, North Carolina, where, with her husband, Brian, himself a stroke survivor, which added a new layer to their relationship. Through Butterflywheel, she works and helps people focus on shifting their lives and possibilities into reality so that they can create ability-focused and strength-based lives on their own terms. She has most recently included people in the LGBTQA community among her clients and welcomes the opportunity to be a supportive ally.
Monica is a professionally certified vision board, life and career coach, a governor's appointee to the North Carolina Statewide Independent Living Council. She's also a North Carolina certified peer support specialist focused on helping people with mental health challenges. She herself has life experience with depression. She's also a motivational speaker, sharing her story of living a life beyond limits and doing things in life that many experts profess she would never do.
Now, let's welcome to our show the lovely Mrs. Monica J. Foster.
Hi there. How are you two? Thanks for having me.
Oh, the pleasure is ours.
The pleasure is ours. How are you, Stacey?
Doing well. I'm really glad to be here and glad to raise some more awareness and to add myself to the circle of allies for people in the LGBT community.
Definitely. You need strong allies like yourself that let's walk the walk and talk the talk and to really share and help people because of the life experience that you have.
Right.
And that leads me to my first question. What gives you the strength to go on, even after all the health obstacles you have faced?
Well, my greatest two examples were both my parents, and they've struggled with health and disabilities challenges in their lives, and through their example, I just learned to keep going. And my mother never let me succumb to the labels that I heard in school or in the workplace, and encouraged me to focus on all the things that I could do in life rather than things that maybe I couldn't do or people thought I couldn't do, and to always push the envelope to figure out other ways to do things that I most wanted to accomplish in life. So I really had a strong family base and a lot of good friends and family members that just showed me that I could push outside of the box and be who I wanted to be, and that has encouraged me to carry that message to other groups that feel like they've been pushed down and challenged by other people's perceptions.
Exactly.
And that brings me to the point that a healer, in order to become a healer, needs to be healed. And I think those are the individuals that make the best healers. It's been through the fire, and I think what you've gone through could help the individuals in the LGBT community, definitely. Tell us a little bit about Butterflywheel and how it came to be.
Well, I have always wanted to motivate other folks in my situation, particularly disabilities, and because I just saw a lot of folks in similar situations or in different situations with a disability label that they weren't living up to their fullest potential or didn't believe in themselves or didn't have a strong circle of people who believed in them. And I just wanted to be an encourager and stoke that fire within them to be more than they were being in life, and to just explore all of the possibilities. And the way I came up with the name Butterflywheel is actually when I was a little girl, my grandfather called me butterfly crutches. I walked on leg braces and crutches and liked to play out in my grandparents' yard. And there was all kinds of bugs and butterflies and things that I like to chase and walk around and look at the bugs and look at the flowers and things, just like little girls do. And sometimes I would end up bringing butterflies in the house, and Grandpa would call me butterfly crutches. So when I was coming up with a name for my business, I was trying to think of something that evoked a really strong meaning of making a transformation inside and out, not only walking the walk but talking the talk and having the right thoughts and the right beliefs inside your heart as you become the person that you most want to be transformed into. And so I combined two symbols, butterfly and the wheel, because then after my amputation surgery, I transitioned and was full-time in the wheelchair and not able to go back to leg braces. And so I just used that progression of butterfly crutches to butterfly wheel, and both of those symbols melded together to show that working with me and what I wanted for my clients was an internal and external transformation in their thoughts, words, and actions in their own lives.
That's a beautiful start.
Definitely. And a lot of parallel with transitioning. Themselves.
With what we go through transitioning, it's a lot. It's all about change.
Yeah, so as I mentioned at the beginning, that we think boo-hoo-hoo, we're the only ones. I mean, we have to look behind us and see other people how it works as well.
Exactly, and I thought that at first, too. I always thought, this was such a stigma that was placed upon me, and always let it drive me down. And it wasn't until I realized that it was actually a gift that I started realizing this was a good thing. Can you relate to that at all, Monica?
Absolutely. I think that we all have obstacles that when we first face them that we're afraid and we think of them while we're going through them as really negative. But the process and the lessons that we learn and coming out the other side of those obstacles and challenges and those traumatic experiences, I think transform us into stronger people. And we come away from those obstacles with new opportunities to be different people, whether it's a different gender or to be a stronger person with a disability or to shift careers or shift your faith or whatever you're going through, whatever shift that you want to make in your life where you feel like you're not being true to yourself. I think it's important to embrace those obstacles and know that this too shall pass, and you will come away a lot stronger and more aware person with a lot more tools and knowledge, not only for yourself but to share with other people.
Okay, and I couldn't agree more. Let me ask you, how did you start getting involved with the LGBT community?
Well, I had a lot of friends in high school and college that weren't necessarily out, but, we kind of knew. And I think that we liked each other because of the common feeling of being on the outside, looking in, people looking at us differently. And, my difference is more external and in terms of with being a lesbian or a gay person, you can maybe pass or hide, which I don't think you should have to do. And then you have folks who are in the transgender community that are struggling with that transition. When should I let this out? When should I fully express my true feelings about who I am inside, who I feel like I'm meant to be? And I had a dear friend after college who's lesbian, and she and her partner have 2 beautiful children. And I happened to ask her to serve, to stand up in my wedding party. And I got to thinking after I asked her, well, she's lesbian and she doesn't have the right to get married the way I do. And we had a long conversation about that. And she said, well, really, this is a testament for you. As a woman with a disability, generations ago, you didn't have the right to get married. And just because, that right is different doesn't mean that, you shouldn't, express your right, to get married. And I'd be more than, to me, it would be an honor to stand up with the 2 of you, with you and your husband, to be a witness to this bond that you have. So it really educated me, getting to know her more deeply and talking about this marriage issue and how her family has expanded to having 2 children and a partner, and recognizing that love knows no gender and love knows no color, size, shape. 2 consenting adults should have the right and the room to express their love for each other. And that's what I want for all people. There are still barriers for people with disabilities to have relationships. There's a marriage barrier with penalties for medical benefits. There's still stigma among families, not thinking of people with disabilities as emotional and fully sexual human beings. And I've done some work with that with a project in my state called the Relationships Initiative to explore the possibilities of people with disabilities being more educated about their bodies, their emotions, their sexual identity, and their sexual expression that's healthy. Because I don't think that the lack of education is healthy. I think that's more dangerous than as they say, knowledge is power.
Oh, sure, absolutely. But what message do you have for those individuals that feel they have been cheated in life because they were born in the wrong body?
Keep pushing forward to be who you most want to be. Life is too short to not be who you most want to be in life. I spent a lot of time worrying about did I walk funny? does this, are they staring at my wheelchair, or does my friend who has a speech impairment, does that make me more disabled, being with them? And life is too short to worry about what others think. You need to worry about what you think, because that between you and God, that's those are the two biggest people that you need to make happy, you and God. And I think that's what's most important. Life's too short to go through life miserable.
Exactly. And, I think for me, basically, I used to look at all the negatives and keep holding on to the negatives. And, I would say probably just recently, I've learned to turn those negatives into positives in a lot of aspects. I mean, still got a lot of work to do, but it's not a perfect science. But, I think that once I started transitioning, I started learning to take the negatives and trying to find a positive within that negative.
Absolutely.
It makes me much happier.
Absolutely.
And to me, it's about loving myself. Once you have self-love, then nothing else matters, because no one can hurt you.
Absolutely. Once you love yourself, we all go through those teenage years where we want other people to like us, and we want to be with the latest clique and have the right clothes and this, that, and the other. But once you love yourself, nothing else matters. You're almost unstoppable if you love yourself. I think our inner selves sometimes can be our greatest battle.
Yes,
That is true.
very, very true. And since you were talking about God, what is spirituality to you, and how do you incorporate it into your business?
I was raised Christian, but I have an appreciation for all faiths and paths in life that profess love. And what I've been able to do through my faith journey was to explore meditation and prayer and appreciate all the different threads, well, actually all the common threads that come together about the different religions. It's all about love and acceptance and being part of a spiritual family, leading a human existence, in my opinion. So I'm very accepting of other faith paths, and I've been a Reiki master for the last several years, mainly due to the infection that was in my leg from the wound that was in my foot. I had tried conventional medicine, and not a whole lot worked. And even though I still had to lose my leg, Reiki and meditation and prayer were the tools that I used to help my body go through that trauma of losing that limb and then going through that healing process, emotionally and physically. And so I use those tools often with my clients who want to inject a spiritual layer into their coaching and mentoring with me. And also vision board work, where they create a collage of what their dreams and aspirations and goals are for their life, so they can see it right there in colorful 3D if they want, and create a piece of art that they can look at every day and focus on their goals. And so that's how I incorporate spirituality in all the work that I do with individuals that I coach.
Explain to the listeners what a vision board is. I know what it is because I've actually also I've used that with a lot of my clients, but a lot of people don't know exactly what that is. So can you explain to them what that is?
Sure. A vision board takes you are always at the center because it's your goals. Let's say you have a list of goals in black and white already written out. Well, you can use a vision board like individual pictures around you of things that you want to accomplish. Let's say you want to eat better. You tear out a picture in a magazine of a healthy plate of food, or that swimsuit that you want to fit into, and paste that up and create this image of a bunch of smaller images that are powerful, along with phrases. You can use a Bible verse or a line from a poem or a movie or your favorite book that has inspired you, and use that as a theme to move you forward to reach your goals. And using that vision board, looking at it every day, maybe even taking an image every day and decide, I'm going to look at this plate of food image here. I'm going to work on my eating today. Or I'm going to look at this glass of water. I'm going to work on my water intake today. Or I'm going to be I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to take this picture of balloons, and I'm going to go to the park and go outside and do something light and fun and have some more fun in my life. So all of these different images can be literal, or they can be symbolic of things that you really want to have in your life and accomplish to lead the life that you've always wanted to live. For someone in the transgender community, it could be a picture of, if you're transitioning from male to female, maybe it could be a picture of a dress that you most want to wear, or a pair of shoes that you want to wear. If you're transitioning from female to male, maybe it's a job that you want to have in a more male-oriented field, or maybe a set of golf clubs, or whatever it is that represents what you most want to accomplish, and you pasting those up on a large poster board. You can frame it, have it as a piece of art in your home, but putting it somewhere central so you can see it every day and live each image piece by piece, and being grateful as if you already have it. I'm grateful and I'm open, and I'm ready to receive all of the good things, and I'm deserving of all of these good things that I want in my life. So constantly being grateful and positive as you're putting the board together, and as you complete it and look at it every day is very important.
So it's kind of like a collage that basically is based around everything around you, and about the goals that you want to achieve or something that you want, and the more you desire it and want to reach that goal, the more positive, the more possible that it becomes.
Well, the reason is that your mind is very powerful, and basically all the vision board is, it's almost like a precursor to get your thoughts going, because it's your thoughts that has the power. We create our reality through our minds. So if you constantly look at this, and you constantly feel it and want it and own it and visualize it, then it will take place. You will create it.
It's just like a law of attraction. Thoughts become things, and the more you think about it and the more you live into it, into your intentions of wanting these things, and you prepare yourself for them and you're grateful for receiving them, the more they'll come to pass.
I'm going to have to make one of those.
It's like the movie The Secret. It talks a lot about that. And actually, one doesn't even really need a vision board. If you visualize and you think of what you want, you feel it, you taste it, it's already there, then it's going to happen.
Yeah, I would need a lot of poster boards.
And some of my clients do. I have a client that painted an entire wall. She's a mural artist, and she basically painted one of her accent walls in her office with a mural of all these images of things that she wants to accomplish. And I said, well, what are you going to do when you accomplish all this? She said, paint it white and start over.
Right. Tell us a little bit about your husband. Tell us a little bit about your husband.
He's a stroke survivor. He works as a court counselor with juvenile delinquents. So he himself doesn't have a lot of experience with being a juvenile delinquent, but he tells me he was a very good job. But,
so he doesn't have much experience in his field.
Not personal experience, but he's
That's what I mean.
But he's a really good role model for kids, and has a really patient, even-handed personality, and he also has the scared straight story that he can tell some of these kids because he used to work in a prison. So he can give them a little bit of he was actually a school teacher in a prison for a while. And now he's on the right side of the bars and trying to counsel these kids and keep them on the straight and narrow and tell them, look, if you keep doing this, you're going to end up in some bad places that I've been to. And but he works a lot of hours, works very hard, but his stroke has that he had in 2002 when we were dating really forced him to really reassess how he handled stress and how he handled his health and physical well-being. And we're both still plus-size folks, but we're a lot healthier than we used to be. And the fact that we're doing it together is a great motivation for both of us to stay healthy. He's been through something life-threatening. I've been through something life-threatening. And he's able to impart to his kids that he talks to that, life is short and too precious to squander on, doing something goofy with, to impress your friends or to get involved in drugs or a gang or with alcohol or being disrespectful to your mom and dad or to people at school. That there's a lot more out there in life to pay attention to than all this mess that they're getting themselves involved in. So,
absolutely. Well, tell the listeners how they can get a hold of you and anything else you wanted to add. Got 3 minutes left of the show. So.
Oh, sure. Well, my website is I think that was 3 W's, Butterflywheel.com. That's one butterfly and one wheel. And you can reach me at my office number, 704-490-2063, and my email, monicajfoster@butterflywheel.com. And I look forward to working with anybody of all abilities and challenges to help shift their lives forward into their best possibilities. And thank you for having me.
The pleasure was ours.
Oh, definitely. You are a great inspiration, Monica.
Absolutely, and I'm honored that you had me this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
You too.
You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening again. Another show Thursday. We have, let me take a look at the schedule so I don't make a boo-boo. Thursday we have Christian Disbrow, an FDM brother, who is going to be sharing his life with us on Transition Radio. We met up with, what was the name of the girl who gave her the breast?
Madison.
Madison. I'm terrible with names. Madison, and gave her her breast form. She won the contest, and she was very happy and thrilled to have her breast form.
And she is a sweetheart. She met her in person.
Yes. Anyways, we're going to end the show with one of my originals.
And we want to thank Monica for being on the show tonight.
Yes, definitely. Remember, we love you, but always
remember to love yourselves, too. Great night.
Trying to bring the message Armageddon is getting near. You turn off your TV set, your fancy toys and cigarettes. Start caring about yourself. It is love that sets us free. Don't blame it on someone else. It is you, can't you see? Set us free. You, the one that's sitting on that fancy car, how good it feels. You, that's tearing down this planet with your fumes, are you for real? The one with the most toys wins. Is that how you feel? Just take a look around. We're dying in the field. Are you for real? ego? Are you ashamed? You who have no conscience of your self-respect, how do you feel? Do you have any control? Are you just mad as hell? Did you take your medicine? Do we need to up your dose? I think so, folks. Who has the power to bring change? What have you done? You who think that nothing matters in the end when you respond. When it all falls to hell, when the streets are filled with fire, will you fall down on your knees? In the end, will it all matter? To you, that's right, you with that hat on your head. I said you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, all of you. What are you doing? I said you. All of you. I'm talking to you. Oh, I said you.